I'm going to switch directly into our MaxDiff results since that was our primary methodology for measuring the success of these messages. For those of you who are not familiar, a MaxDiff is a research methodology that uses a forced choice exercise to understand what is most and least appealing to consumers. So you can think of this as a longer list of claims, messages, names, potential features, helps to tell us what is going to be the best to focus on. Within this chart, we can see all the messages that we tested along the x-axis, and on the y-axis, we see our MaxDiff score. So this is the percent of consumers that said a message was the most appealing to them, minus the percent of consumers that said a message is the least appealing to them. So we can see that overall, the most appealing message to consumers is because your Tuesday deserves to smell as good as your Saturday, followed by your daily routine got a whole lot better, and third, you've got places to be, smell like it. As I hover over these bars, you'll start to see some red outlines appear. That is our system's live significance testing, giving us a really visual representation of which messages are performing statistically better than others. So we can see here that the top message is performing better than the bottom 10 or 12 or so messages, but there are a few at the top that are a little bit on par. They're mostly on par with each other. To determine which of these messages we should move forward with, I can of course then dive into our KPIs to understand how these messages perform on brand fit and clarity and everything we talked about before. But again, I'm going to just use our AI research partner, Quinn, to help pull that information for us. So we can see that I asked Quinn to identify which messages perform the best overall across the MaxDiff and the KPIs. We can see that Quinn pulled out the top message from MaxDiff, as well as a chart I could click into to see that data myself, as well as which message performs best across the KPIs and the chart for that, and gives us an overall recommendation. So Quinn tells us that overall, we should move forward with the because your Tuesday deserves to smell as good as your Saturday message, because that would be the best to communicate that everyday scent and perform well on the KPIs we care about.